Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the final word. Everton 1, Aston Villa 1. A disappointing end of season, flip-flop wearing, Bermuda short, touting,
Are ours good enough to wear
beer in hand, on the beach kind of game for Everton, of course. Not for Aston Villa because they, of course, are
fighting for the lives.
deep in the mire. And the funny thing about this game was, just before we get into it, was in like the final minutes when we just equalised and we were just like, God, you should still all, didn't you still all, like, you totally forgot that, like, for Aston Villa, it was literally the end of the world. And we were just like, yeah, Theo Walcott scored, so what? And then it was like, oh, actually, you know, it has bigger ramifications than that.
It is
which
mad,
which was a bit mad, and I do feel genuinely sorry for Aston Villa in that position.
Yeah,
to not be able to beat an Everton side this bad.
You do forget that other worlds exist, don't you? You know, we've been on the other end of stuff like that where you're needing those results and teams are playing against you and score goals, and it's like, for them, it doesn't mean anything. For you, it's a nightmare, and obviously that's what the Villa fans had yesterday, but they're here to talk about us, not them, and
yeah,
we were truly rubbish again.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, changes made again. Mason Holgate coming back, Tom Davis and Andre Gomes sent to the park, Iwobi one side, Bernard the other, so there was changes. And we started the game, I thought, very bright. I thought, you know, obviously we had a chance in the first minute. Dominic Calvert-Lewin put a scissor kick over the top. And I thought we were very bright. And, you know, on the left-hand side, Bernard was buzzing about, coming in field. The centre midfielders were sitting quite deep and allowing the, almost like a 4-2-2, you know, 2. And letting the full-backs try and get wide. And we did that for 15 minutes and we had most of our brighter spell in that. And then Mason Holgate went off injured. And everything just seemed to change after that. And I don't know whether that was just because there was a break in the play. But everything just seemed to change after that moment. And Villa started getting the ball and driving at us in midfield. And we lost that shape that we started with. And suddenly, you know, we found ourselves on the back foot and unable to get back into the game.
We've done that thing that Everton do really well, which is get bored with what's working. You know, we did come out the traps quite quickly. We had that attempt after, I think it was 44 seconds, wasn't it, when Calvert-Lewin fired it over, and you know, we had a couple of good moves, good interchange. We had one into the box where Bernard should have got a shot away, miscontrolled it. Then the one he hit the bar with the cross, and Villa were very much on the back foot. Him and Luca Dean were linking up well. Iwobi fired one over, and then everything did just kind of peter out into Everton style. I don't think it wasn't anything to do with the fact Branthwaite came on and didn't do as good as what Holgate was doing, because Branthwaite was excellent, but maybe Everton, just because of losing Holgate's pace, dropped back 5 yards and allowed them onto us. I don't know if that was what it was, but it did seem, certainly between that stoppage and then the drinks break, we couldn't get any kind of momentum going again. And it was, I mean, Villa didn't do anything, did they? They had a Samatta header which flew over the bar, and that was it. But classic.
So, Samatta, go on, Samatta.
Yeah, Samatta had that header, didn't he? That went over. Other than that, I mean, Jared Branthwaite came on and Mings clattered him within a few minutes, right through him, and head injury.
Yeah,
but I thought he coped really well, and there was defensively, I guess we were okay, but there was again highlighting the fact that there was a couple of times where Grealish just walked past our midfielders and they had no desire to get back and get goal side and put a tackle in or anything. I just...
Yeah. No, that, you know... And I mentioned this on one of my reaction videos. I don't know whether it was just because Branthwaite came on and Villa sensed a little bit of blood. Whatever, you know, young lad coming in, only played against Wolves.
Half a game, yeah.
Coming off, and maybe they thought, like, we'll have a go with this lad. And to be fair, Branthwaite I thought was excellent. And I don't know whether, but I don't know whether that just, for them, they thought, right, we'll push up now. And that for them really helped. You know, that really, actually trying to attack Everton will really help you. They pushed on a little bit, and as you said, Grealish started picking up the ball and running with it, and just creating a little bit of mischief. And our midfield, they just can't cope with players running, because they're not running at them, they're running past them.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And it's normally our midfield, and then our defence has to come out and engage. And if you've got intelligent forwards and they make good, smart runs, they can get in round the back. It's just that Villa didn't in that first half, or didn't really for the entire game. And
they haven't got anyone up front though, have they?
No,
that's why.
No, I mean that's why they are where they are, and we're basically why we are where we are, because we have got a couple who've scored 30 goals between them. It does make a huge difference. But like you said, they get bored, they stop playing, they stop doing the thing that the managers said to them. And it was funny because I think we said this after the Wolves game about players getting a bit bored at this time of year and not following instructions. And I heard, we both heard Chris Wilder after the Sheffield United game with Leicester, and he said, too many of those players just went out there and just didn't listen to anything I said. They just went out and did their own thing, and he said that's what happens. That's what happens when you go and do your own thing.
They're not thick, because they're not thick when they come and ask you for contracts and for days off and stuff.
He hit the nail right on the head by saying that, by saying when players don't listen and don't follow commands. It's not a game where, certainly on the Premier League or any top division, where you can just go and do your own thing. It doesn't work like that. You have to play to a team structure. And you're right, we see this far too often with Everton, where we start off quite bright and then we give up on what we're trying to do. And that's what good sides don't do. That's whether they are doing well or not. Good sides, if they've been put out by a good coach, they'll just keep going and it's just practice till it clicks. And I just think for us, far too many times in the last few weeks, we've done that. Whereas I think that what got us results early on in the lockdown was the fact that we did stick to the plan. If we just decided to do our own thing against Liverpool, they would have just destroyed us.
Do you think it's just the fact that European football went at Spurs and they've kind of gone, yeah, there's nothing really to play for now? Or do you think that's too much of a easy? No, I mean, is that too much of a get out for them?
Human nature will come into it, won't it? Always. Heard about Liverpool this week, talking about like, why can't they get their form back? Because they've done the thing they were asked to do. How do you expect the human beings? You can't.
No, but that then kind of tells you that is Everton's the same.
No, and I think we have.
I
think we have just sort of in the last couple of weeks we have just gone
consciously just
gone, and the same players and there's no freshness in the team, and it's bound to. I mean, that's not forgiving their performances, but it's bound to. You are bound to just naturally stop putting that little extra % in that you have been. And
frustrating now, isn't it? As a fan, you sit there, you want to see. You want to see it perform. And I guess this is what having no fans in the stadium can do. Because at least when you're in the stadium, you won't accept it. Fans won't accept the people walking around. And therefore, that energy picks them back up and they have a little go of it. It's why you notice, certainly over the last few years, Everton away from home around this time, well, around the time at the end of the season, it'll be very lacklustre. Thinking of Fulham, the likes of that game and things like that. Away from home, where it's a bit, West Ham away a couple of years ago, a bit easy, like get beat without book. At Goodison, being very strong.
But you're absolutely right. And what was interesting about Fulham last season, I think we said this at the time, was when we went to Fulham last year, we were absolutely flying at home.
Yeah.
Good crowd, good atmosphere, real intensity to the games, something to prove. We went to Fulham, and I remember, that day, people, there was a boat cruise going down the Thames and everyone was having a big jolly.
It was boiling.
And the atmosphere was just like...
They were relegated.
They didn't really care. And it was just like, our players just walked out and they couldn't get themselves up. Same, went to Palace, not exactly the same, but sort of just like, well...
It's a flat game.
Just a flat game against Palace. It didn't mean anything. We ended up drawing 0-0.
Don't forget, those 2 results cost us Europe. We missed out on Europe by a point to Wolves.
But that's
We'd have won a Fulham.
But that's your own players not being in to get up for games when they really need to, and I think that's you say that about always say that about good players. Good players, I think, can handle playing in front of vociferous crowds, getting abuse, getting called all kinds. They rise to the occasion. They don't wilt, and it's probably the other way as well. When it's empty, it's just like doesn't matter. There's a professionalism that gets you results. That's why they're the best players, and that's why our players just seem to.
Well, ours aren't the best players.
Well, certainly
quite
not.
Clearly.
Yeah. Second half obviously continued in the same fashion, and then they got the break from the free kick. Not on free kick again to give away. And it's a ball into the box, and if the goal scorer hadn't got it, there's like 2 or 3 Villa players that could have got it. And that's the poor thing. We're all wrong side. And the goalkeeper has basically already dived as well.
Yeah.
He's already gone. Which is again is not great.
I can't.
No, I'm not saying,
I'm saying
that's not a criticism,
yeah,
because
I'm
just saying he has already he's already gone.
He's thinking it's going across to the other corner. I don't think he can stand still. Maybe. But it just looks bad when someone deflects it the other way. It looks like a goalkeeping error because you've dived one way anticipating and it's gone the other. Good ball in. I thought it was Grealish. It wasn't. It was Hurahan, wasn't it? Whipped him in his left foot. But basic. Give a cheap free kick away. They done nothing either. You know, Grealish had one. I think he did the side net with, which was a good bit of play. But they haven't. Both teams were falling down on the edge of the box again. We had Iwobi put a fantastic cross in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, for some reason, I don't know how he didn't get on the end of it. It was 6 yards.
Well, he doesn't.
Not like anticipate
it.
It's just, and if he does, he's just got to head and it's 1-0. You know, and we had another one that flashed across the box. And they do breaking, they get the goal. And, you know, Konsa does well, he acts at the cross and you're 1-0 down and thinking, oh my God, here we go again. You know, another bad performance.
It was flat, wasn't it? It was flat, it was a nothing game. It was...
Made changes, took the 2 wide. He'd already took the 2 wingers off before they scored, didn't he? Took Bernard and Iwobi off, who got the pair of them. Bernard started really brightly in the first 15 minutes and then disappeared with Everton's game plan. And I don't know whether... Talking about this before, funnily enough with my dad, just about Bernard, with like last season when he was Brighton linking up well with Luca Dean, we had like Garner in there who'd move in midfield. We had mid-players moving and he seemed to be able to take the space. And I don't know whether... He hasn't been good this season anyway, so I wouldn't try to say blame it on everyone else, but I just wonder how much the fact that we had 0 movement in our midfield is hindering him as well. Because Everton's main attack is literally, can Lucas Dean run 80 yards and put a cross in? There's no other means of us attacking.
No.
Coleman offers nothing on the right. Defensively, he's doing all right, to be fair to him, but offensively, he's gone. He's not the same kind of thing.
They were really bright there on lovely, nice few little link-ups. And then it just dried up. Bernard just started losing his battles and getting caught under the ball and stuff. And it's dried up. You're right, it's difficult. Like, you know, listen, we've been obviously linked with a move for Jolberg today. And you can understand why, because we completely lack someone in midfield who's prepared to put the foot in. All 4 of those players who started yesterday in midfield are exactly the same kind of player. All right, maybe Tom Davies is a little bit less so, but Tom Davies isn't exactly known for just being a breaker, being a stopper, putting his foot in. He wants to get on the ball, he wants to move it. Bernard's the same, Iwobi's the same, Andre Gomez is the same, and you need that little bit of player who's a little bit different. But I think what happened last year as well was that when Bernard would be ending those little scraps, Garner would be coming over and would be in there as well. And then, you know, Garner would be winning that ball.
But you'd also have Sigurdsson, so you'd be able to pop it off to Sigurdsson and get it back. So that's what I'm saying. We're not doing the same things as we were for him. And his frailties are getting massively highlighted now, Bernard, because he's not quick. He's not slow, but he's not quick, is he? He can't knock it past someone and go, can he? He's got nice touch and all that, but he's so lightweight. If he goes into a 50-50 and it's a physical battle, he's going to lose out. So he just faded. Iwobi didn't get into it really. Too many times he wants to check back Iwobi, you know what I mean, or he wants to come off the wing. And we've just got, both of our wingers want to come inside, and therefore there's no variation. But then when they come inside, both of our centre midfield players are sat too deep. Yeah. So you come on, it's just poor. Second half, it was following the same. No, it was
flat, very flat as well. We weren't making chances. You know, there's that one. That was really the only time we've done that. You know, he left turned the full back inside out. He went on the outside and, you know, went on the inside and come on the outside, put a great ball. But you want to see that all the time. You want to see that variation. And
if he does that all the time, then Calvert-Lewin can make that run, and Richarlison can gamble.
They've taken the lead, and then, you know, the subs did give us that little bit of impetus.
Gordon tried to get on the ball.
Gomez went a little bit higher as well. Sat on the edge of the box, started taking up positions on the left.
I'm not Sigurdsson's biggest fan by any stretch of the imagination. I'd take anything for him this summer. But I thought when he come on for Davis, I thought it helped Gomez for whatever reason. Whether the manager just said to Gomez, play higher up the pitch, I don't know. But somehow Gomez started getting into the game then. And then for the first 75 minutes, he hadn't been very good. Tried a few things. He started off all right, but done that, he disappeared. But then that last 15, he showed us what he has got. And hopefully for him, it's a case of getting him fit. For others, I think we're past the point of no return, to be honest with you, the likes of Sigurdsson. Maybe. I think we're past the point of no return with Tom Davies, and what I mean by that is it's either a loan move or we sell him.
Yeah.
Because we can't keep waiting for someone, hoping that he's going to perform.
Yeah.
Sigurdsson, for me, he's gone. Delph, I'd be chasing if I could. But Gomez is one who I believe if we can get him fit, he's still better than anything.
Get him play around him.
And get people around him who can work.
And it's, you know,
Walcott came on as well.
Yeah, Walcott come on and he was bright, obviously. And we had, you know, Gomez put a great ball in, left the player on the floor. Dom gets a good connection on it, but he doesn't swivel enough. He doesn't get round the ball enough.
Outside the post. Yeah. So if you catch it square, it's going but wide because of where he is. It's either got to put it back.
Well, it's a chance.
It's good movement, but
it's a chance that when you haven't scored for that, you snatch at it. You know, if you're confident there or you've already scored one, you almost dummy in and let Theo Walcott, or you just stroke it in. It's what happens when you're scoring goals. You put that in when you're not. It sounds stupid, but you don't. Or you need that. That's one where you need it to hit someone's heel and go in the other direction and to get your goal, sort of thing. So, but that you looked at them then, they were so nervous. And that was
El Ghazi missed that chance for 2-0.
Well, I was going to come on to that. El Ghazi had missed the chance, which Jack Grealish had done brilliantly. He'd put on did Coleman and Walcott had doubled up on him, and he left both of them. You know, little step over, and curls a great knock in, and it evades everyone, goes to the back post. Now Ghazi, if he hits him anywhere on his body, it goes in. But he takes it on the heel and it balloons over the bar. And that's the game changer. That's the one where they've gone, oh my God, and we've gone, well, we better go and maybe try and get something out of this game now. If that goes in, it's 3 points for Villa.
There's 10 minutes left. He knocks that in, it's 2-0, it's over, isn't it? Definitely over.
Huge moment.
That was a mash for them. That was a
and they went really nervous then, as you'd imagine. I mean, to us, we're sitting, we can't feel those nerves. But then you start watching them dropping back, and you know, we had that Dominic Calvert-Lewin chance, and then Gomez does it again, puts in a deep cross, and Theo Walcott gets a good header on it, and obviously evades the goalkeeper, then Konsa, the goal scorer, tries to clear off the line, can't get a strong enough. Funny enough, if he gets a strong touch, he is getting it off the line, because it's right on the line, but he doesn't, and it ends up in the back of the net. Thankfully, we've got goal line technology. And it's 1-1.
It was clearly over.
It was when you slow it down, but in real time...
No, I've seen the goal. It's not even close. But then in real time, I've said it to you yesterday, watching it, the way Newcastle's second goal was given at Goodison, which was over the line, but the referee hadn't give it. The referee didn't give yesterday, only for his watch. And even then he shrugged as if to say, well, that's buzzed. You know, when
But
you look at it, it was
but they
way
don't
over.
give them now, do they? They don't give them until they
that's
get
what I
the...
mean.
We've seen that Sheffield
Yeah,
United,
which is fine. But it was a good header. I mean, I've saying to you before, Walcott's 75th Premier League goal, and only his third header in all that time.
Doesn't surprise me.
No. But it was a good header, and, you know, ironically then, Everton went and had 3 corners, and Sigurdsson had a half a chance edge of the
Bit
box.
of belief we would have won that.
Moise Keane flashed one over. I think if we'd have scored 10 minutes earlier, we'd have won the game, because they were rocking on the heels, rightly so, after El Ghazi's missed a good chance. You can
It took the wind out of them, because essentially, you know, we've just, you know, took the 3 points off them, you know, or dropped a couple of points, and that's the difference.
What's annoying is if we'd have scored first, which we said before the game when we were doing the watch along, if the first goal was vital, we'd have got the first goal.
Listen, we were watching the game, and we were watching it thinking, why aren't, you know, last 10 minutes or whatever, we were brave. Gomez on the edge of the box, one man sitting behind. Where's that bravery during the game?
Where's the bravery after 1 minute? Well, we started all right, but where was the bravery after 20 minutes when we were
That's what I'm saying. That's what good sides do. They have that bravery to go, no. And maybe that is because if you have got those legs in midfield, you can be braver. If you've got Gomez has got someone behind him, he doesn't have to worry about getting back as much. You know, if he's got legs in there and he's not too worried, maybe. But you have to be brave when playing football. You just have to be. You have to be willing to take chances to win games of football.
Players just aren't performing, and that's.
No.
I think I'd seen a piece. I don't know whether it was the Echo or someone who were obviously in the stadium, saying that Ancelotti was like screaming and head in his hands and this, that, and the other, more so than even Sunday. And you could see that on when we were watching, the cameras going to him, and he was doing that Italian thing and all of this. He can't believe what he's seeing, because he's never had to work. He hasn't had to work with players like this for a hell of a long time in his career. These players are all obviously decent footballers, but there's a lot of things that makes a good footballer. A lot of things: attitude, mentality. Can you perform? Great being a training footballer. Can you do it when it matters? And quite clearly at the moment, behind closed doors, we're seeing all the frailties. I still don't think it's maybe as bad as we all think at times, but things need to improve. Yeah.
Let's just have a look at some of the numbers from the game. There you go. Possession 55% for Everton, shots 9, shots on target 1 for both sides, corners 5, fouls 15 to 13. So it was a very even game, let's be honest.
Villa had more shots.
It was obviously they had more shots, but a lot of them were
40 yards.
You know, very
wayward.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a very, very even game, as you can see.
The XG had it at 0-0.
Yeah, it was like the Spurs game, wasn't it? At the end of the day, it was an appalling game of football.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, an absolutely appalling game of football. We can't sit here and say anything different. It was absolutely garbage. But as Evertonians, we're sitting here going, why is it garbage? Why are we playing a team in the bottom 3 and struggling? That's the. Of course, we're going to look at it like that, and it doesn't matter whether it's the third to last game of the season or not. That's, as Evertonians, that's what we're sitting here. We're asking those questions because it's not good enough.
We've spent stupid amounts of money. We've spent nearly 400 million or whatever in the last 3 seasons or 4 seasons. It's, you know, absolutely shocking that we've spent that much money and that's the level of play that we've got on the field. You know, when you look at our midfield and you just...
I know.
Too many, we've said it before, too many players have been bought without a plan for them, without knowing how to fit them in, and that's what we're seeing.
Well, you know, we were looking, you want to talk about bright spots from the game. Obviously, Jared Brandtwaite came on after 15 minutes and done really, really well. Let's just look at his numbers here. Touches 55. I'll just try and get it on the big screen. It won't come on the big screen, will it? Nope. There you go. Touches 55. Successful passes 41. Successful forward passes 23. Successful long balls 2. Pass accuracy 89%, which is good. Recoveries 3. Successful tackles 2, clearances 2, shots blocked 2, fouls suffered 2. And I thought he was great. I thought his ability to find passes in small spaces was excellent for a lad who's only just turned 18. His debut at Goodison Park, second performance for Everton. He just had full confidence in his own ability, and it was really nice to see, because like we said before, there's that idea of what we've seen in Villa. Young lad, let's put some pressure on him. Straight away, Tyrone Mings, first thing he does, smash him. His head smashes onto the back of his head. That's not done. You know, that's not done by accident. That's done.
Marker, isn't it? He's something on him.
But he was confident in his own ability. Defensively, I thought he was good. But as I said, I was impressed by the amount of times that he had the ball, and he didn't just go, "Oh, I'm going to have to just hoof this, I'm looking nervous." He found the player with some really nice passes.
Done really well. Come on, like you say, half time at the weekend. Baptism of fire, really. Give a free kick away, and then didn't. The fella got across him, and then came on last night after 15 minutes at Goodison's home debut, and Sunday hadn't bothered him. He still tried to play out. He was strong in his tackles. He marked quite well. Played in League Two with Carlisle. Had the baptism of fire there. I know he'd only played, I think he'd only played 10 games or something like that, but looks like a good footballer that you never want to go overboard. It's early days, but he'd done really well, and all you can do when you're a kid like that is get on and do your job. And I know Ancelotti was very, very complimentary of him after the game, and said, we think he's going to be really good. His mentality's good. He's, works hard and all that. And that's what we need. We need lads who want to get in and take the chances. We've seen it with Mason Holgate. Those lads who want to battle and fight for the shirt. And he's come in and done really well. And he signed in January. He won't have expected to play for Everton this season. Carlo Ancelotti's the manager, coming from Carlisle. They're being just find me feet in the club, play 23s. Whether Everton put him out on loan next season, I don't know. It depends what they do in the transfer window, of course. Whether they just keep him as the fourth choice centre-back, who knows? If it's a budget where you've got to prioritise, then maybe it'll be, we'll keep what we've got and he'll be number 4. Because what he's proven at the minute is he's not fazed by playing in the Premier League. Now, it might change when the crowd are in there. He might be a bit more nervous, but it doesn't look like there's going to be crowd in there at the start of next season anyway. So, who knows?
No, it's interesting, because obviously with
he's got the attributes. He's a big lad.
and obviously with Lewis Gibson as well. And it's just funny, isn't it? Because obviously he went on loan for the experience, and he has played games for Fleetwood, played a lot of games, but it's, this lad ended up playing a couple of Premier League games, and used to say doesn't play a couple more, but for few.
Well, he'll probably start on Monday, because I don't imagine Mina will be.
But for £3 million, they're the kind of deals.
It's $1 million, isn't it? And it's only if he plays.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got to play it.
But for that, in following the footsteps of John Stones and Mason Holgate, it's a very intelligent buy-in, and they're the ones you've got to be looking out for. They're the ones that you've got to get in there early and get a bit of luck, and hopefully it does work out. I mean, obviously it's only a couple of performances, but I thought he did really well, and it was a bright spot. Andy Gordon come off the bench was a bright spot as well, and that's, I suppose that's what you can point to, isn't it? Is that if we can build a young squad, a young team, and add those bit more experience to it, then you don't mind. You take the bumps on the road. I mean, everyone wants to assemble a team that's ready to go straight off the bat, but if you're building a young team, you know it's going to have its ups and downs. And you don't mind that as such, but it's when you've got the older heads that you've paid a fortune for, that's where it starts letting it down.
Yeah, you've got to have. It's all very well having the young, exciting players, like Gordon's coming through, and we've obviously Brandwaite, they've got Mason Holgate, Dominic Calvert-Lewin's doing well, but there's a big hole in the middle of the park which is going to stop any progression. I think us as Evertonians, I think what we want to see is a plan, but we want to see progression, and I think if we see progression, people will back it.
Yeah.
We've been patient for far too long.
Yeah.
25 years is a disgrace for a club like this not to have... We were talking in the car on the way in, and it's like, lately, we've struggled to get 2 seasons where it's looked like we're building. It's one season doing well, and the next season falling away. Koeman had it. Martinez had it.
I suppose...
He fell away. Koeman had it. He fell away. Silver had it. He fell away.
I suppose if there's anything, is that we can only go one way now because we'd like to think. Because the frailties are... and deficiencies of the team are so obvious. I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? They're so obvious. The midfield is so poor. The makeup of the midfield so poor. The mad thing is about the midfield is you had a couple of different players in there, and I think all those individual players, maybe bar Gylfi Sigurdsson just because of the stage of his career, would benefit from just a couple of scrappers, a couple of hard workers in there, whoever they are, someone who likes to put their foot in. We know that from Ghana last season. And it's just that at the moment, everyone is the same in there. There's no variation. No one wants to put a tackle in. No one wants to do the hard work. Everyone wants to go forward and do all the glamorous stuff. But they can't do that because they can't get back. So we'll have to wait. I think it's clear to everyone, and that's not always the worst thing in the world. If you can identify your problem straight off the bat and go, that's where. It'd be worse if we were sitting around with loads of good players going, why isn't this working? And we've had that before. We go, why isn't this working? Why? What are the deficiencies? Whereas now it's dead obvious. And I think, if anything, that's where you can go, right, we know what we need and let's go and sort that out.
We've got a top-class manager, haven't we? We've got a top-class manager. There is some good players in that team. But you're right, the midfield. The problem with the midfield is, mate, it's right the way across. You look at it and go, Gomez, okay, he's had a horrific injury. We spoke to Yannick Bolasie this week and he talked about the after effects of injuries, with what he found. And I'm sure Gomez has found some stuff as well. But so when we get Gomez fit again, you'd like to think he'll return to his top form, say. But then, I've said before, I look in that squad, I look at that midfield, Fabian Delph, Chase, if anyone will take him, get rid. Tom Davis, either on loan or sell. Gylfi Sigurdsson, take anything you can get for him, even if it's a packet of Pringles and a Mars bar, take it. Alex Iwobi, I don't know. Bernard, maybe sell Bernard. No one's going to come in for Theo Walcott, but then you've got to have, a couple of squad players you can fill in. But what we need is we need two, for me this summer, we need 2 centre midfield players coming in. Now, if that's Højbjerg and it's Allen, I don't know whether Everton would buy both of them, but if it was, and then that would leave you with Højbjerg, Allen, if you could, in an ideal world, this is if you could get rid of the others, Højbjerg, Allen, Gomez, and then it takes a bit of heat off Jean-Philippe Gbamin then as well. He can come back when he's properly fit. And then you'd have 4 players. I was going to
say, you know what, right? If we could get a couple in and they settle in and they're doing all right, and then you've gone, oh, Gbamin, and he comes in and he's like, you're not worrying about fit, you're not worrying about him being back fit, and he just is allowed to get fit, and then suddenly he arrives and you're like,
he's a threat.
Actually,
he can also play centre back.
Now we've got and then you go. Now we've got 2 or 3. That's what you want ideally. Whether it works out like that.
And we need another wide player, but we need not a wide player who wants to come inside. And
a wide player who scores or assists 8 to 12 goals a season
and gets up and down, mate. I've said it before. I went under at Roma because he's one with a bit of pace.
Yeah,
that's what we need. And if you could do that this summer. I know people are mentioning a right back, of course. It'd be nice to get a right back in. And people are mentioning another centre forward, but that means Keane would have to go really. But we wouldn't carry 4 centre forwards. But then, that's what you've got to look at. And if you do that, then you start to think, well, with the manager and with a proper plan, then The other thing with Højbjerg is he can play right back. He was right back.
He did last night,
He even played last night for Southampton, so he's another. But that's what we need, because at the minute, this isn't working. You're absolutely right that the frailties of the deficiencies, I'm going to call them, not even frailties, I think it's deficiencies in this team are so clear to see. Absolutely clear to see. What's happening in the comments?
Well, we are live. We are live on Patreon. Patreon.com/Toffee TV EFC. Sean Pugh says positives, didn't lose our home record, and the performance of Branthwaite at the back for an 18-year-old. Danny Tart says we all know we need to strengthen for next season. I feel we need 3 or 4 new midfielders to take this team to the next level, or to a level. Someone like Alan from Napoli would be top of my list, as well as a wide player such as Everton from Gremio. With Norwich going down, I would look to try and bring in Max Aarons at right back. Yeah, he's a good player. Omed says positives with Jared Branthwaite at the back and a few good interchanges with Gomez and Dean in attack. Also, 2 midfielders in the middle is not enough for quick ball retention when wingers are poor and are no help. We've got to see more youngsters instead of poor, unmotivated players.
That's a great point.
Yeah, and I think we will. I think that's what the manager is happy to do. I think he's happy. If the players are good enough, he'll bring them in. We've seen that already. You know, I think I was listening to something Andy did, the Piv, and he was saying that, you know, the average age now, I think, is 26. And with a couple of younger players, like Anthony Gordon and, you know, a Branthwaite in there, and maybe
Willem Kuhnku's coming into the squad as well, isn't he? I know we don't know about him, but he's going to be the backup left back.
And then suddenly you're bringing the age down again. And Gavin says, Campbell, thoughts?
Listen, Todd Campbell is a good footballer, right? I just don't think in this Everton side he'd add anything. I think he's a bit lightweight. He is a good player. I'm not denying it. I just think for me, I think we've got too many of those kind of hit and miss players. I really think we need even if it isn't Højbjerg, that we need that kind of player who's actually part of a system rather than a name. And we need someone like Alan, or maybe not that, but someone like him, or someone who'll carry the ball forward.
Grealish looked good for them last night.
Grealish should be amazing.
He looked good for them last night.
I mean, I still look at him and want to throw cold water over him, but I think he's lovely travelling with the ball. I think that, but the right for me has got to be someone who you can give the ball to and get you on the edge of your seat, not someone who always stop. If you look at our wide players now, more often than not, they take the ball and they look like they're about to set off, and they stop and come back. And I know you can go, well, that's just confidence.
Because they're all players who, like I said before, all 4 of them are exactly the same.
They want to play.
You all want to put the foot on the ball and look around and see what else is moving when they're the players who should be moving. So, yeah, there you go. I don't think there's any more we can say about this game. It was rubbish. 1-1.
2 games to go. That's the way to look at it.
2 games to go. There you go. There you go. Sheffield United Monday. Bournemouth next week on Sunday. Final game of the season. There you go. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to check out our exclusive video with Yannick Balassi. Fantastic of him to give us his time and sit down and speak to us about his career so far at Everton and what he hopes to achieve this summer. Check that one out. Honestly, it's worth watching. Might change your mind on the guy, maybe not the player, but definitely on the guy. And if you want to watch The Final Word live on Patreon and daily live shows, then click the link in the description and